Hi folks, I'm going to now demonstrate how one would do a gram stain, and I'm doing two slides at the same time. One of them is a sample that is direct from a patient's slide. The other one is a smear that's made of bacteria in a suspension of saline or water on a slide, okay? You can't tell the difference between them, so you have to make sure you label them. This is my slide that was from a primary sample. It was from a mouth swab. If we can see it, you can see it. Now I haven't heat fixed it yet. As you can see, this is my incinerator. I'm going to heat it now. I'm going to heat fix it. I'm going to hold it on there just for a few seconds to make sure that the protein is going to coagulate and the cells are going to stay on the slides. Now I'm just checking it. Yep, it's hot. I'm not going to do any more. I don't need to wear gloves because this is something that is heat fixed and it's not dangerous. Okay? This is another one. I already heat fixed it, but just for this video, I'm going to show you again. I'm just going to hold it there for a few seconds in front of the transfers. Checking. Yep, it's hot. I'm good. Now I'm going to take these over to the sink where I'm going to stain them. Okay? Now, I will suggest to you folks that when you do this, you wear gloves, okay? And I'm going to do that as well. I should do that because I'm a good teacher. But if you are able to do this procedure and not get anything on your hands and use forceps, then that would be fine as well. But since you guys are all new learners, we're going to wear gloves because, as we all know, crystal violet is clastogenic. And how would we know that? We would know that by looking in our safety data sheets, according to WHMIS. It's in there. All right, so let's go back over here, and we're going to, we've put our slides on the staining rack. It's also advisable for you to use a control slide, something that you know is going to be positive, gram positive or gram negative. I don't have any of them made up at the moment. So first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to use my grams crystal violet. I'm going to open my bottle. I'm going to flood my slides. I'm going to close it and put it back. Oh, I got crystal violet on my finger. So now I'm going to set my timer for 1 minute and start it. Okay. So grams crystal violet. When you use this, you should fill in the date opened. You should check your lot numbers and your quality control and check that it hasn't expired. And ours has expired, and I'm going to throw them out when our students come back. But for this demo, I'm using this bottle, okay? I want you to notice the pictograms on this. These are WHMIS pictograms. So we have acute toxicity over time, and we have a potential cancer-causing component to it. So we have 20 seconds left. I'm going to turn on my tap water because when I clean my slides, I'm going to have crystal violet all over my sink, and it's easier to clean if you have a little bit of water in the sink. So we're coming up. 3 seconds. Hard to hear it. Needs new batteries. So now I'm going to clean off my slides. I'm going to show you two ways. I can pick it up and hold it into a gentle stream. It has to be gentle though. Or I can flood it with a wash bottle. So if I had 10 slides on here, I could go like this and flood them all. Okay? So now I'm just going to tip off the excess. And now I'm going to add my grams iodine. Okay? I'm going to flood my slide with grams iodine, and I'm going to set my clock, start it for 1 more minute. Grams iodine is the mordant, which is the glue that's going to help the crystal violet stay within the organisms that should be gram positive. The organisms that are going to be gram positive have a specific peptidoglycan layer in their outer cell wall or cell membrane, and that's going to adhere that crystal violet and not let it leave during the decolorization step, okay? This is a process that should never be done in the hand washing sink because it's very dirty and it contains patient sample, and we should only ever have a hand washing sink that is a clean hand washing sink only, okay? All right, we're coming up to our time. Okay, I'm stopping it. So now, I'm going to quickly rinse these guys off with my tap water, just regular old tap water. I could do it this way. I could do it this way. Okay, now we're at the critical step, okay? The critical step is the gram decolorizer, which is made up of acetone alcohol, okay? It's flammable and toxic over time. I'm lifting my lid. I'm going to do this really quickly. I'm going to do the first one, and then I want my cameraman to zoom in on the second one when I'm doing it, okay? So the first one I'm going to do, it doesn't look like there's anything on the slide really, but if I hold it here, you can see there's some purple in it. I might be able to make this purple disappear, or maybe not. If it's all gram-positive organisms, it's going to stay purple. So zoom in, I'm going to put it on. Some of the purple has run out, and I quickly rinse it in water. So that's that one. And now look, I still see I have some purple on it. This one, there's more clinical material on it, okay? That's because it's from my mouth, and I have a lot of cells in my mouth. So when I put the decolorizer on this, I'm going to see more purple come out. And I'm going to watch until the purple stops coming out, and then I'm going to quickly rinse it in water. So it's there. I'm going to hold it there, and here we go. I'm putting it on. You can see the crystal violet's coming out, and I give it a rinse. As you can see, there's still a little bit of purple in it, but most of the purple has come out. Okay, so now next step is the counter stain, gram safranin. Flammable is the warning on it. I'm going to flood my slide with safranin, which is a fabulous pinky color. I'm going to set my timer for a minute. And if you get dirty hands, you can give them a quick rinse. I'm also going to give my sink a little bit of a rinse, because if I leave it, my sink will be really nasty and it's hard to clean. A lot of the labs that you guys are going to work in are going to have a high-topped tap, and it's going to have a hose attached to it. And then you could take the hose and put a gentle stream of water onto your slides to rinse them. It's really important that you use a gentle stream of water, because if there's too much pressure, it's like cleaning something with a pressure washer, and before you know it, everything is lifted off the slide and it's no good. Okay. Our time is ticking down. I'm going to grab my bibulous paper over here. So this is a book that is full of absorbent paper, just paper. And I'm going to give it a rinse now. My timer stopped. I'm going to rinse it off in my gentle stream of water. My gentle stream of water. And now I'm going to dry them. I find a nice clean page in my book, and I'm going to pick it up, and I'm going to put it here, and I'm going to give it a quick rinse so I don't get a big mess to come back to after the pandemic. I'm going to take off my gloves because I don't need them anymore. And I'm going to pull out my two slides and we can look. So, as you can see, the slide that I did on the bacteria, you can see where my organisms are. It's not too dark, it's not too light, it's see-through, right? There's a little bit of moisture left on it, but that's okay. My bacteria are not going to come off it anymore because I heat fixed them on it, okay? Then the mouth swab that I did, I have a whole variety of different material, and there's some colors on it. You can see the colors. I have sort of pink, and there's different thicknesses of it. Now let's put it on the microscope and see what we can see. Now my camera hasn't been working very great to pull it up on the screen. We'll see if we can get it to come up. Hang on.
You're trying to log into the student account.
I know. Oh well. All right, well, we're not going to do that. I'm not sure if we're going to be able to see anything. What I'm going to do is I'm going to put it on here. For me to look at it, I'm going to look at my bacteria under 1,000 times magnification. I need to put a drop of oil on it. This is called immersion oil, which helps magnify the amount of light that can pass through to my. So I've put the slide on my microscope. I'm going to bring my condenser up to a nice level, turn on my my light source, and I'm going to get my oil over where my lens should go. And I'm going to, first of all, I'm going to see if I can see anything just looking at it here. I've got some beautiful epithelial cells and lots of bacteria. So now I'm going to put it down into the oil immersion. I have to focus it, so I take my glasses off and look at it. I need a haircut, and I should have my hair tied back. Right, folks? You guys know that. I should have my hair tied back. And what I have on this slide is lots of epithelial cells and not lots of normal oral bacteria, which is exactly what I would expect to find in a regular person. So that's all I can show you from that perspective. Yeah, I don't, here, try this, Liam. We might be able to take, sometimes if you take this off, take the off, and put the camera right over. Yeah, no, that's not gonna work. Anyway, you guys have seen stuff, and we're gonna see more real life bacteria when we come back. I'm gonna show you guys what these look like. But the important piece was the technique I used with doing the slides, making the slide, make sure it's air dried, heat fix. Then we can carry on, we do our gram stain using primary stain of crystal violet, which is clastogenic, so be cautious with it. Rinse with water. Grams iodine, which is the mordant, rinse with water. Critical step of decolorizing using acetone alcohol. Just for a few seconds, quickly rinse in tap water, and then add the counter stain. The step that I did with blotting them dry in the bibulous book is not a necessary step, but it is a quick way to be able to get your slide onto the microscope and be able to view it quickly. I think that's it for the gram stain. Thank you.